Are the Philadelphia Eagles overrated? Let me know your answer down in the comments. We have week 5, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Technically, week 5 isn't over yet. We still have the Kansas City Taylor Swifts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in a week that has been full of upsets, full of twists, full of turns. Can the Jags go out here and pull off a major victory, which would be a major win for them and a critical loss for the Taylor Swift ran Chiefs? And, I'm sure they've been listening to that new Taylor Swift album all week. Let me know your favorite song down in the comments. We are starting off with the good. And technically, they didn't come out with a win, but what I saw from the Cleveland Browns was a rookie quarterback going into foreign territory, throwing 2 tutties, making some good connections with his team, and coming this close to leaving with a win against a great Vikings defense, who technically, it felt like a home game for the Minnesota Vikings. Every time they travel to foreign countries, they have big outcomes. The Denver Broncos contain the Philadelphia Eagles. And when I say contain, I mean contain. The run defense didn't allow over 100. I'm not sure. Did they allow over 60 yards rushing? Did they allow over 70 yards rushing? They held Philly under 100. That's 100% certain. 6 quarterback sacks on the day. The one thing about that Broncos defense, they know how to get to the ball. And last but not least, the Patriots upset the Buffalo Bills. It's kind of like they're coming full circle. Mike Vrabel is an absolute amazing head coach. Drake May, 273 passing yards, didn't get a ball in the end zone passing, but they went out there, and the Pats defense forcing takeaways, forcing turnovers. And the one thing we don't talk about enough, quarterbacks not throwing touchdowns, quarterbacks protecting the ball. I feel like quarterbacks don't get enough love protecting the ball. Look at Daniel Jones out with the Indianapolis Colts. Now, he's been scoring a lot. But when you protect the ball, you let your team go down there and get points any way possible, field goal, running the ball in. Winning games is all that matters. And you know who you could tell that to? A.J. Brown. I mean, we'll get to A.J. Brown later. We'll get to that. That'll be a video for another time. On to the ugly. The Cardinals get popped by the Tennessee Titans. Can we get a round of applause? Quarterback Cam Ward getting his first win in the NFL. What is wrong with the Arizona Cardinals? One, we have seen the ball get dropped on the goal line 2 weeks in a row. Have we ever even seen that happen 2 times in one season? Have we seen that happen 2 times in the span of 5 years? Like, I don't know why these guys are going out here. Like, you're getting paid so much money. How about you run the ball through the goal line, buddy? I mean, someone check Demicardo, whatever his name is. Someone checked his DraftKings account because he took an under on the touchdown, and he took his under on the touchdown over on the rushing, and he got a massive payday yesterday. Absolutely ridiculous. And Gannon out there tearing into him. The Cardinals making little mistakes that go out there and cost them the game. The fumble on the goal line. Then you have an interception. Probably should have stayed down. Gets up, fumbles the ball that turns into a Tennessee Titans touchdown that puts them within range to win the game. And Kyler Murray just not looking great this year. On to the Chargers, who are on a losing streak, to the Giants, to the Commanders. Something about that NFC division giving them absolute belt. I would hate to see what the Cowboys are about to do to them whenever they play. The Chargers get absolutely blown out by the Washington Commanders, lose 27-10. The O-line is banged up. Justin Herbert not playing great football the last few weeks. Justin Herbert, 1 touchdown, 1 turnover, 2 turnovers last week. I know this is week 5, 2 turnovers last week, 1 turnover this week. Is it because the O-line, it looks like he's not getting a lot of time in the pocket as he was getting? I think what Joe Alt is missing. They lost Slater at the beginning of the year, so this O-line is absolutely banged up. They're going to have to get back to how they were running the ball. The good thing, Lad McConkey is back, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people were worried about him. He is here to stay. Absolute dominant force on the field. You pair him with Keenan Allen and then Quentin Johnston downfield. This team has a lot of potential. They're just going to have to overcome adversity, fix that O-line, and go out there and start putting belt again. Last but not least on the bad, the Bengals are awful. They almost went in the ugly. How bad Browning is playing football right now, but you can't hate on him. He's a backup quarterback behind potentially, possibly, someone fact check me, the worst offensive line in football. A guy that's already not mobile as it is, putting him behind the worst. And I think that's why they can't go out and get a guy. They're like, we can't find a guy mobile enough to where how Joe Burrow knew how to navigate this line. We're going to have to get a guy that goes out here and you know who they need to go get? I don't know what Snoop Huntley's doing right now. They need him desperately. That's a guy that can move around, get the ball downfield a little bit. They need a quarterback change in Cincinnati, and they need it desperately. Jamar Chase is going to waste. T. Higgins is going to waste. A good roster that you finally got together. You just paid Trey Hendrickson. You just paid Trey Hendrickson a 1-year deal to go out there, and because you thought you could compete this year, and for it to go out like this is absolutely sad. On to the ugly. The Dolphins are absolutely terrible. Blown 17-point lead, 14-17, something like that, to a not amazing Panthers team. You go out there, you blow a lead like that to the Panthers team, and the Dolphins offense is not bad, right? You got Waddle, you got Achane, you have solid names over there, you have solid pieces. Yes, Tyreek Hill went down. Tyreek Hill does not need to be the whole offense. The fact Tyreek Hill goes down means you're losing to the Panthers, who again, not amazing football team, is not a good look for Mike McDaniels and the Miami Dolphins. I would assume Mike McDaniels would be gone before this next week. When's their bye week? They're going to fire him before the bye week. Not 100% sure when the bye week is. I would have him gone today because blowing a lead like that to the Panthers. By the way, the Panthers, who had 200 plus rushing yards and almost 200 passing yards. Absolutely insane day from the Carolina Panthers that were trailing early. The roster is good. The Dolphins coaching is just not good. There needs to be a coaching change in Miami. The Baltimore Ravens defense is historically bad. On pace, ladies and gentlemen, to allow 600 points. I think the first team in NFL history to allow 600 points. That being said, they're missing, this is the ugly part, they're missing so many guys on the roster. And I think they put it like this, I'm not sure completely off the top of my head how much the salary cap is. We'll say 240. I think the salary cap's around $240 million. They are missing $180 million worth of players to the salary cap. Now, I think Van Noy came back. You're missing Matabike. You're missing Kyle Hamilton. Jair Alexander just came back. He's looking terrible this year anyway. He's getting absolutely cooked. You're missing your star quarterback and so on and so forth. This team is missing 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus people that are detrimental, one, not only to the offense, but to the defense. When I tell you what Matabike brings to that team, and you know why he's hurt? I'm giving him a new contract for how much he means to this team, because it's absolutely ridiculous the amount of rushing they've allowed with him on the field compared to without him on the field, or vice versa, however you want to say that. The Ravens are down tremendously, and this is a team that we thought were going to potentially go to a Super Bowl this year, and their playoff hopes are desperately in jeopardy right now. Luckily for them, they play in a division with the Browns. They play in a division with the Bengals. They play in a division with who knows how Aaron Rodgers is going to look down the stretch, so they can still salvage something, but they got to get it going soon. The Jets lose to an awful Dallas defense, and I do not want to take anything away from Dak Prescott. This dude is playing top 10, if not top 5 football right now, talking about MVP candidate status. A guy that is missing his best wide receiver on the team. A guy coming into the year, everyone was like, this might be the worst rushing attack in the NFL. Shout out Javonte Williams going out there and putting absolute belt on a Jets defense who has big names, right? This Jets defense who went and got Aaron Glenn, a guy who just had a banged and battered, beat up Lions defense looking like absolute dogs. And the Jets defense just falling short, not looking great. Dak Prescott going out there and putting absolute belt. The Jets are 0-5. I have told y'all time and time again, Justin Fields is not that guy. Y'all get hyped up every time he makes a big play or he makes a good run. He does this, he does that. He got benched on the Steelers last year with a winning record for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Fields is an athlete, an amazing athlete. He is not an amazing NFL quarterback. He runs out of clean pockets. He doesn't make the good passes. Justin Fields is hurting this team. The Jets, what their team looks like, if you put the Jets team on paper and you're like, whoa, this Jets team has some absolute dogs, and I told you they were 0-5, you'd be like, nah, there's no way. This Jets team has some massive problems. They got to get the coaching together. They got to get the defense together. And what's crazy is defense can keep you in games. The defense has not had a takeaway in 5 games. Something like that. So, something along those lines. Fact check me if you want to. It's true. Ladies and gentlemen, that is week 5. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me know your good take, your bad take, and your ugly take down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.